Legend has it that a man suffered an extremely harsh winter on this island and that he vengefully named it Iceland. Yet, Vikings from Norway and the British Isles came in droves to this unspoiled country, a country sculpted by volcanic forces and immense glaciers. Iceland is a place of otherworldly beauty, an island of mountains, lava plains, sandy beaches, and deep valleys. It is a supernatural land, a land of the gods. In Iceland, the Vikings, farmers above all, find what they treasure most: abundant, fertile land. By coming to Iceland, many Vikings are also fleeing the rise of self-proclaimed kings in Norway. In a new country, settlers can stake out property using the custom of landnam, or land taking. It allows any free man to claim a lot as large as he can walk around in a day. In a few decades, all of Iceland is settled in this manner.
I am Leif the Lucky, son of Eric. I was born on a farm in Iceland. There, I learned the skills and customs of my people. I learned to praise virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice, and to honor warriors, poets, and artists. Art is ever present in our lives. It enhances everything from our most prized possessions to the most common objects. My family and my clan have always been my pride. Like every Viking, I have strived to excel in diverse skills: warfare, farming, craftsmanship, seafaring. Like every Viking, I hope to gain the most desirable thing: a favorable reputation, for only fame is undying for those who win it. I hoped our poets, the Skalds, would tell our story with well-chosen words, generation after generation.
Vikings put as much value in the telling of stories and the reciting of poetry as in the skills of warriors. And although they had an alphabet called runes, history and tradition relied essentially on the spoken word. Fortunately, 2 centuries after Leif, learned Icelanders wrote down these tales, including Leif's own story. Together they are known as the Icelandic sagas. The word saga simply means what was said. The sagas contain a blend of history, poems, myth, and religious fables. They tell us how the Vikings lived and what mattered most in their lives. The thousands of beautifully handwritten pages of the saga manuscripts are a cornerstone of Viking heritage. The sagas are among the most important documents of the Middle Ages. They are kept in a secure vault and are under the permanent responsibility of the saga keepers. One story of interest is recounted in two sagas. A major turning point came when a few neighboring chieftains, each ruling over several families, gathered in a Viking assembly called a Thing. This assembly acted as a local tribunal, resolved disputes, and if needed, decided punishment. In the year 930 AD, 36 chieftains, representing all such assemblies in Iceland, came together at a site called Thingvellir. There, they created the Althing, a national assembly that defined the laws of the land. Every summer, when it met, a law speaker would recite the code from memory, adding any new laws or rulings. It remains the longest-running national assembly in the world.
Many came freely to Iceland. Eric, my father, had little choice. He was banished from Norway for a killing he couldn't defend. My father was a quick-tempered man who had all the qualities of a leader. Feared or respected, he was Eric the Red.
In Iceland, Eric marries into a rich family descended from Irish kings and gains in reputation. But as the sagas tell us, Eric cannot escape his fiery nature. A dispute with a neighbor turns violent. People on both sides are killed. Eric is brought before the assembly.
My father had as many supporters as opponents, but law prevailed. Eric the Red was banished from Iceland for 3 years. Eric, my father, made the best out of his exile. He headed for an unnamed land out west, a place seen by some sailors who had been blown off course.
Vikings sailed without maps or compasses. They relied on landmarks, the sun, the stars, the presence of seabirds, and the color of the water. Despite that, they often got lost. Sailors sometimes used ravens, mythical messengers of the Norse god Odin. Within 200 miles of land, a raven released into the sky would head towards it. Unknown to Eric, his destination was in fact the largest island in the world.